Okay. How about this? But just look. I'm doing a review just because I just recently watched it. It was um it's not really gonna be a spoiler review or anything. I watched the first season, and what's crazy is I just really liked it so much that I watched it in one day. I started today, ended today, the first season. I'm gonna watch the I might actually watch the second season like pretty soon. And yeah, the show is pretty dramatic. I rarely cry in shows or movies. When I was like really close to crying, most other stuff that are like really sad to me, I wouldn't um I'll barely physically cry a little bit, but this show made it so it was like very, very heartfelt. This is a very, very minor spoiler, so I'm gonna just say it. Um, CBS has a show called Ghost, and it's very similar to Ghost, but Ghost is more of a comedy thing. But this is a drama, but sort of a sci-fi drama. And yeah, this is gonna be an interesting review because the reason why I'm doing this review is just crazy. I found this background just to explain where the show is and everything. I believe Amazon might have it, but I think it's that you have to rent or buy the show from that maybe. But yeah, it's a Paramount Plus show original, and this show is crazy. I I I cried almost every episode, and this is the girl from if you didn't know this is girl from Cobra Kai. She's also from Jesse and Bunked and some other stuff, but that's what she's mainly known for. And yeah, and of course, she's a lot older than not really a lot older, but older than what she is portrayed in this show. But that's like a lot of times she does look young, so that's the main reason why she does this. But it is um interesting because the whole idea is they're ghosts trying talking about how they died and all that stuff. That's not a spoiler because it's within the trailers and like promotional stuff. But it's interesting how they pulled off the whole ghost can't be seen and still made it into an actual like show. It's it's an interesting concept that I probably could have like really if I really tried, would have like had something similar. Oh, hi, Hunter Iggy. Um, I'm just doing this random live stream because I'm talking about School Spirit. I just watched it. This girl is from Cobra Kai, and she's also from Jesse. She's really good in the show, but Overall, it's an interesting thing. It's kind of like CBS Ghost, if you know that show. S- The Ghost is more of a sitcom. This is a drama, and it's like it's ghosts without being scary, and it, yeah, it's very dramatic. And I really recommend watching this because I rarely cry, and the show made me cry almost every episode. It's you understand the characters, and I would say this show had a similar idea as like uh, I guess this is a spoiler, I guess, but it's not really a complete spoiler, but it's sort of like Creature Commandos, like a group of people and all that stuff, and it it does Creature Commandos better, I would say. Even though I like Creature Commandos and it's a really good show, it School Spirit was written better, I would say. It the show is kind of like Riverdale, mixed with True Blood, mixed with mm, yeah, Riverdale mixed with True Blood with a hint of like yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it is. Yeah, Riverdale, True Blood mixed together. I would also say kind of like um, Pretty Little Liars, sort of too. This is I kind of watched this in hesitant. I was interested in it, and then some reviews is like, oh, it's really well written and everything. And I finally watched it. I was hesitant because I didn't like the whole idea of sort of a Riverdale kind of situation. I liked Riverdale, but like I was kind of tired of that whole structure. But if you're hesitant, I recommend at least watching the first episode because that first episode kind of grabs you a lot. Like that's my issue on a lot of shows where the first episode is not really interesting, and then it gets boring because the first like episode like that's why I don't really watch a lot of shows. I watched somewhat of Breaking Bad, but um it was boring because he was not touchable. Like he seemed invincible for uh, pretty much the whole time I watched it, and I watched like a quarter of the first season. But yeah, this is this is good overall. Um, and I also started watching it because it was two more seasons after the first season, so it it kept going. And then when the first season came out, people were saying they wanted the second season, and then now that the third season came out, it makes me really want this because Paramount Plus treats shows differently than Netflix does. Netflix does like, oh, it's like 5 seasons automatically. Yes, you make the show, it's 5 seasons. Boom. But Paramount, they wait and see what people think, and they continue from there because um that's why Halo only had 2 seasons. The first season people didn't really like, but I was like, oh, the concept's pretty cool, so let's give another season, and it did better, but not enough to continue, so they stopped. But School Spirit, first season was good, and it was really good, and then the second season came out, and then, of course, third season, so that's why I'm hyped about the show because it's successful. But overall, I just really wanted to talk about this show, and I know it's weird that's a live stream, but it's, it's a way to make it clear that it's a one take thing, like, if it was just a regular video, like, it'll be cut around, and this is a time to just hang out, really, and if you have, like, people that say stuff in the chat or, like, really anything really, after this live stream ends, people can comment, so that's the main reason why I did a live stream instead, because there's more of a way to interact, and yeah, yeah, I know that's most likely no one's gonna really watch right now. I just really wanted to let people know that this show is good. So I'm just curious what people think about the show, if anyone watched it, because the show was being made while the book was being made. So I'm curious if the writer was working with it while they're doing the show and the book. That would be an interesting take on how to make a show based on a book when if both of them were being made at the same time. That would be interesting overall. Like for instance, they made the first chapter of the book, and then they started making each episode within that first chapter, and then after the second chapter, they did that same thing, same thing, same thing. Because it is interesting. If this is based on just one book from that, uh, uh, because man, that twist ending was really interesting. It builds up from there. It does a lot of interesting twists and turns. I I just really respect the writing in this show, and I could see Peyton List be a really good um, actor to actually like do franchises and stuff, because this is the beginning, and she did the first season, and now she's not on the second season, no, the third season, and it shows how this show could be crazy. Like there's like the ending of the first season makes me like curious of like some characters for the second season. Like the one thing I really like is there are moments that I'll say, oh, this is gonna be really preachy. Oh, this is gonna be shoehorned in, and this is gonna be really like, oh, this character has this mindset. It's like, oh, they're gonna stick with this all the time. That's one of my issues of modern TV. Um, I'm fine with like people's mindsets, politics, and like personalities and stuff. But whenever it's the whole show has that constantly throughout the show, that's when I have a problem, because you're using that character or that personality or that political view. You're using that to drive the show versus like shows. should just have characters that happens to have that political view or happens to have that like mindset, but have them as a character and not like a prop, you know? That's my issue. For instance, I watched a few episodes of the Chucky show, and I was like 5 episodes in, and like it just kept going with the gay guy, and gay guy is fine, but it just made it seem like that's all they had, you know? And I know people really like the show, but, and more power to you, and I wanted to like the show, but it messed everything up. But, this this show right here, really doesn't spoon feed you every single thing. You kind of need to figure stuff out yourself, which, makes me, feel smart, and that's a good thing. It builds your, intelligence and makes you think, "What if I did this, and what if I was in this situation?" You know, that's my favorite thing to do, and, yeah, it sort of feels like Doom Patrol also, kind of. It's not a spoiler, it just feels like it, you know? Like, you can tell by the color grading in this picture right here. Um, but, I mean, if anyone has, thing to talk about, go go right ahead, but the show was interesting. I I'm I might not be consistent in uploading stuff. Um, I'll probably, once every like, few times, but I'm not sure. But, I'm gonna actually, you know, try to do something, I guess. I don't know. I guess okay. Chris was in there, and another is real shit, bro. Like what? To Snyder even said it himself. He didn't know much about the DC lore. He was interested in Batman, Rose. Yeah, yeah. So he this person obviously. Yeah, but I don't. We don't know what else to talk about, but I'm gonna actually I'm gonna actually okay, visit my community. Okay, my community tab. So there is a my community tab. Okay, okay, I'm gonna actually see. I did this, and she's Peyton Manning and Peyton list, but yeah. See, what's weird is this video I would like completely destroy someone's argument. That that won see like the series that won awards and like Mr. Miracle, Quick Google's like I'm saying Spiked Bat, that's a guy that's on this live stream, whatever. Also says, what is his powers? Well, it's see like Spike Bat didn't even understand the character, and he could have easily just Googled it and stuff like that. It's I don't know, but but yeah, yeah, I had to do that. But I guess it's been a few minutes, and no one really has said anything besides Hunter. So I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. But the stream can just be like could just be a chill stream. It's like few minutes, just hang out, whatever. But here's the here's the end of the stream. It's just a review. That's it. So